What brings all of you out here today?
The oil mess, this thing that BP has done, and is not really being held accountable. It's a little bit of the issue that if an individual had done something like this, we might be serving a life sentence, and we think that BP or any corporation that does something this devastating should be held accountable. It should essentially get a death sentence, which means they should be broken up and their assets distributed to somebody responsible.
And how did all of you here connect and decide to come meet?
There were a large number of people that were concerned about this and thought that this should be brought to people's attention, and that they are not really being held accountable, and it's really not consequences for corporations. I mean, they're given legal personhood except for responsibilities being held accountable. And so a large number of groups started talking about something needed to be done to bring awareness about this, and it came to this over a period of about 3 weeks. Emails flying back and forth and people talking on the phone.
So what's your message when you're out on the road today?
Our message is that we need to quit using so much oil, and we need to stop this offshore drilling. We need to stop building roads, because building more roads leads to more fuel use, more congestion, and more sprawl, and more environmental destruction.
Then what's the alternative?
The alternative is bicycles, velomobiles. You can go 25% faster in one of these. You've got the weather protection, and to live closer to where you work. We've got a lot of people around here that live on hobby farms, and as a lifestyle choice, and drive long distances, many of them in their SUVs. And the more roads we build, then, and the higher we raise the speed limits, the further out they move, and it takes less time for them to get in, but they're just wasting resources. And it's killing all of us. It's like people that are concerned about animals. You got vegetarians that drive around in SUVs, and yet they risk the lives of all types of animals and people's pets, Humane Society members, driving around in motor vehicles, killing people's pets, killing animals. The people are concerned about children, concerned about abortion, killing the unborn. They drive around in big cars, killing children. I live in Crestwell, and we've had a bicycle's death this last year was hit by an automobile, and a young girl was hit and injured walking home from school. Maybe 2 years ago. And for what? People going to the grocery store, the post office, in the car because they don't want to walk?
So are you also out here today promoting bike safety?
Yeah,
in a way?
Yeah, in a way too. But those aren't issues of bike safety. Those people were riding just fine. The girl was crossing a crosswalk and was hit. So.
Yeah. Okay, and what upsets you the most about the oil spill?
The environmental destruction. Yeah, it sickens me. There's going to be people starving somewhere in the world because of this, because it's going to have a big impact on the world food supply, because that was a large source of food, and it's going to have an effect for many, many years. And there's going to be a lot of people that starve. Won't be here, because we're rich. But in the poor countries, we're going to be eating more meat or more grain or something, and we won't be around for the people that have the least amount of money.
What impact do you hope all of you have today?
Just to bring awareness about it. This is happening all over the country. It's not just here. And so we hope to get people to think about their actions, think about what it means when they fill up their tank. I mean, if you fill up your tank, you're responsible for this oil spill, because that oil is being drilled in this deep water to give people fuel for their vehicles. So all of us that use any kind of a petroleum product are responsible.